Alright guys, hey, what's going on? Lee here, back again with another Fire Force episode review for you today. Episode 22 of Fire Force, A Brother's Determination. And my gosh, first of all, I'm sorry if there's stuff that's like really loud outside or whatever, because I'm outside, I'm at a convention, I'm recording it on the balcony and everything, so bear with it for a minute. I hope you guys can hear me pretty well. I'm kind of loud in general. And it's not going to be edited, not really going to be edited that much or anything, or at all, for like, what it's worth, what's going on, because, my gosh, anyways, convention's great so far, but this episode, bro, I would say that the animation did somewhat dip a little bit. It did, you can't deny it, because last week, when he was fighting Sho in the dark, was just out of bounds. Phenomenal stuff. This episode was very, I would say more emotional. See, there's a plane going by. But it was very emotional and impactful, this episode, more so than last episode. Last episode was awesome action and phenomenal, like CGI and stuff, like the fire and the smoke and stuff and the steam coming off Sho last week was borderline real. Look, borderline real. It was amazing. This episode, it was good animation and stuff, but in terms of Fire Force, it obviously wasn't the best up there, just like last episode. It was still good and still great, but it wasn't phenomenal where it blew my mind. It was like, oh my gosh. And like this episode was more so of just pretty much Sho, or not Sho, but pretty much Shinra antagonizing Sho, talking to him about, you're my brother, we're going to play some tag. And I loved how he constantly kept saying, we're going to play tag, I'm it, and I'm going to get you, Sho, and stuff. And then because of Shinra actually using a forced adolla link, like he pushed it on Sho, and Sho seeing visions and memories of another plane, visions and memories of what it was like back then when he was a baby, and Shinra is showing Sho his memories, not Sho's memories, because Sho was a baby. He wouldn't really remember anything, right? So seeing that was crazy. But the thing is, Sho having that ability that he's able to take like the heat or the thermal heat from like the universe and put it onto himself so he can actually stop time is insane. And during this episode, when he was doing that, Shinra kept going faster and faster and faster until he was able to go light speed to the point where his atoms go apart. But if he goes faster than that, he can actually revert time backwards a little bit. You got Dr. Licht or whatever. He's losing his mind on the side. He's like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. A scientist's dream. And I'm like, that makes sense. And I love it. Like, it was so good. Like, the way that Shinra was like, that brother's determination. That's what the episode was called. And seeing that was amazing. And then we got to see this thing that's called that is the evangelist. And it looks like a human or something, but I bet it's something otherworldly, like maybe an alien life form or something. Sorry, another one. But like an alien life form maybe. That's what I'm thinking, that they're making it sound like it's very religious or something, but that in that dimension to where Sho said it's called the underworld of Adolla, which in ancient times, which is like our time, people referred to it as hell. That's where that dimension was, with those burning corpses, with those black flames and stuff like that, which is like crazy. They were both able to see that dimension and stuff, and then this evangelist thing was behind Sho, and because Sho got the grace of the evangelist, that's why he's able to use like the thermal heat of the universe and use it to his control. So Shinra decides to constantly adolla link with Sho so that he can actually link with the evangelist and get like That's what he was doing. Like, kept forcing an adolla link with Sho so that he can have a link with the evangelist, so then he's able to use like a like a true adolla burst or whatever that Sho was talking about. And I loved this episode of how Sho was getting so irritated by what was going on with Shinra constantly saying, I'm so happy I get to play, I'm playing with my brother. And like he was talking about through, this was the really emotional part, was that Shinra was talking about how when he was like throughout his life, he kept thinking about his mom and Sho being that he lost them, and he's thinking that like, if I got to see them one more time, or I got to see them again and stuff, like I would be happy. And like it got so emotional and stuff, and then he's just like, Sho, thank you for being alive. Like when he said that, dude, that's a brotherly bond that Shinra has with Sho. Sho might say that like, you're not my brother or anything, I don't have a brother, you're nothing, like blood relations and nothing and stuff, but he's just saying this stuff so he can try to deny himself that feeling and such. And you got Shinra constantly berating him like that, and it's irritating Sho, you can clearly see it. Oh man, it was beautiful. And also you get to see a side thing. You finally get to see what is her name? Hamiya or something like that. The girl with like the gold looking, like it's like an upside down crown, or so, I think it was, or something like. But she had it covering her eyes and stuff. And it turns out that girl also has an adolla burst, which is crazy. And then you got that guy who's able to transform people's masks and stuff, or their faces, with his special like pyrokinetic abilities. That he's not human. So that's even making me think more and more about they're from another dimension, or that they're from like I don't know what, they're from I don't know, like they're from another planet or another world or another dimension or something like that. It's making me think more and more about space and outer space and what's out there and stuff, or what's out in other dimensions and everything, than really like a religious cult kind of thing. Like I'm starting to think that some of them are like part of like a religious cult, but like under the fact that they think the evangelist is something like a godsend or something like that. But like this shit is crazy. And then Shinra, if he keeps using his light speed thing to actually stop time, because he's going toe-to-toe with Sho now, and Licht is talking about like, hey, if you keep doing that, it keeps splitting your body apart and it keeps repairing your body. So if you keep using it, you're not going to come back. You're going to disappear. You'll never be able to come back. And Shinra's like, no, I'm going to come back. I will, no matter what, to get Sho or whatever. Like he promised he's always talking about like his mom. He promised his mom and stuff. And man, this episode was really good emotionally, impactfully and stuff. Not animation-wise. Art's still good, obviously. It's very solid all the time. Animation not as good as last episode, but it was still great. Compared to Fire Force, like animation and stuff, it wasn't the best in the world. But in terms of just anime in general, it was still great, and it was still good. And, man, next episode called Smiles. If we're going to see Sho smiling or something, bro, I don't know. I'm excited about it. I'm ready for it. It was good. Very emotional, impactful and stuff. And I'm feeling that there's more to this fight. There's going to be a lot more to the fight between him and Sho that meets the eye or whatever. So I'm hyped about it. But yeah, that is it for this episode 22 of Brothers Determination, Shinra's Determination. What did you guys think about this episode? I loved it. I thought it was fantastic and stuff. And again, animation not the best for Fire Force, but in terms of anime, it's still great and stuff. Yeah, but what did you guys think? Leave down in the comments your thoughts and everything. Your thoughts about what I said, your thoughts about the episode. Like the video if you did. Like the video if you liked the episode. Like the video if you liked me. And subscribe to the channel for more reviews, vlogs, unboxings, live reactions, and theory discussion videos. and things like that. So gentlemen, stay classy, ladies, stay sexy, but most important, everybody gotta stay a little nasty, alright? So peace and love, and I will see y'all later in the next video. Peace out, may the force be with you always, and plus, ultra lato.